connected to other people's energy. Those on a lower vibration, you know, they rock with the devil. What does the devil do? Try to use anything against you, right? So when you get to this place of understanding everything for what it truly is, even getting real with yourself on your feelings or your desires around something, it can help you see things in a different perspective that pushes that blockage out of the way so that you are able to move forward. It's people who are not realizing, for example, in romantic relationships that they're attracted to certain kind of people because of trauma from their childhood, or they see things within their family or within their parents or their relationship dynamic, and they're either trying to avoid that or they're trying to repeat that. And until they realize what has really caused some sort of trauma or led them to perceive something in a way that is not always, they're going to continue choosing people that reflect toxic traits that keep them on this high of feeding into that sadness or that depression or that anxiety or that insecurity. Okay, because until you can acknowledge and realize you're functioning off trauma, you're going to keep repeating cycles. And in this case, this is something that has emotionally been triggering you, and you found a way.
I can't speak. I ponder of something terrifying, because this time there's no sound to hide behind. Defined over the course of a human existence, one thing consists of persistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if you know where you're. Oh, am I too deep? Please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we could do, but from the things that work, there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear will lose. There's faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because so often I got to replace that slap with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio, and now I just sit in silence. Ooh. Bro, if you know, you fucking know. If you know, you fucking know. What was that? Whoa. What's up with that? Hello. Welcome. What's up? Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm going to be completely and utterly honest with you right now. I'm at pretty weird point in my life. I've been struggling mentally and emotionally and physically and financially, and I have been like my whole entire life, ever since I was little. I grew up in poverty and not having a lot of money and moving. I didn't have a childhood home. Never stayed in one place for more than 2 years. I went to 7 different schools in total. Grew up with a single mom and 3 other siblings who are all boys, so I'm the only girl. yeah, it's just, it's been a crazy and difficult and confusing journey so far. But all of the good in my life has always and will always outweigh the bad. And one thing about me is I don't like to give up, no matter what. I don't know if it's because of the way that I was raised or just the Virgo in me. When I put my mind to something, I really like to get it done and fall through with what I decide I want to achieve, or a goal, or anything really. And I try to see it through, and I push on through. That's what I've been doing. Just keep pushing on through. It's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie. My life has been really, really hard. I've been through a lot of trauma and things that no one should have to go through. I've dealt with things that nobody should ever have to deal with or experience in their life, but it's the world. This is the world that we live in, and you know, bad things happen, and there's bad people and bad energies and low vibration. But the most important thing is to keep your head up despite the darkness. I always tried to be a light despite the darkness the world gave to me. Most of the things were not mine to have, but were forced on me or given to me, and I've just carried it. Carried all of the weight. And never really knew what pieces to keep with me or leave behind. It was really hard navigating life and my emotions. Yeah, I'm just ready to leave it all behind, like put the past behind me. Stop letting things get to me, and people, places, and things bring me down. I'm really sick of it. I'm really, really fed up. I'm angry. And I'm just ready for things to be different. I've been ready. And things have been. Don't get me wrong. I'm super, super blessed and super grateful to be here and to live this life. But it's not easy. Art has always been an outlet for me, whether that be drawing or painting, crafting, music, just expressing myself through fashion and makeup. I'm a very artsy type of person. I'm an artist. I'm an artist at heart. Always have been. But it's really, really hard to make good money from being an artist. It's not impossible, but it's challenging to make a career out of the things that I'm into. And a lot of people told me that it wouldn't be possible to make a living off of my art, or my crochet, or my photography. And for a while, I believed them. And so I kind of put all of that on the back burner and suppressed that part of myself to adhere to what society is telling me and wants from me. I didn't go to college. I tried, but it didn't end up working out for me. So I've just been working normal jobs ever since I was 17. Just like service industry, restaurant type of jobs. I've never worked retail, and I said that I would never work retail, but yeah, mostly just like fast food and restaurant and bars. I've done like truck unloading and package handling. I've worked for churches and, you know, anything that I allowed myself to go through, I did. You know, I have standards, but it can only take me so far. When I was 18, I graduated high school. It was a freaking miracle that I graduated. I did not have a good school experience. It just sucked the whole time, pretty much. And it was very anxiety-ridden and stress-inducing and uncomfortable and super tense. School, I did not have a lot of friends. Realizing it now, I don't talk to anybody from school. From pre-K to 12th grade, I graduated and haven't spoken to any of my old friends since. And yeah, anyway, day of my graduation. The next day of my graduation, I lost my house. The house that I was living in with my siblings and my mom. And we were forced to move out. And at that point, my mom had quit her job and she had no plans or money. So she gave me an ultimatum. She was like, you can come with me to Oregon. Just gonna drive there. No plans. Nowhere to go. Just run away to Oregon. Or I could stay here in Texas and figure it out for myself. And at the time, I had a boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, and friends, and my life was here. I didn't want to leave. Couldn't. Especially without a plan and not knowing if I was to survive out there with them. And eventually they ended up, my mom and 2 of my siblings that went with her ended up coming back, and her car got repoed, and going with her wouldn't have made a difference. It probably would have, I don't even know what would have happened if I had gone with her, I guess. I don't know, but I decided to stay, and I moved in with my boyfriend at the time and his family. They were so kind to take me in. Growing up, my mom being a single mom, she didn't have any friends. So, like, meaningful relationships to me were like my significant other. That was my friend. That was the person that I would spend all my time with and escape from my home life. And that's what I did. I just got in these relationships with these guys, and super toxic, codependent, and traumatic. It was really bad, and I relied on them a lot and expected a lot out of them because of the way that I was raised, and yeah, I was really insecure, and yeah, so moved in with my boyfriend and his family at the time, and I stayed there. My mom ended up coming back from Oregon and found a hotel to live, and she lived in that hotel with 2 of my siblings for like 2 years. Like over 2 years. And I'd go back and try to live with my mom, but we would always get in fights, and I didn't have a good relationship with my mom growing up. We were like arch enemies to each other. And now that I've matured and I've been able to reflect on my past and connect things and figure out why I was the way that I was and why my mom was the way that she was, I understand now, but at the time I just honestly hated her and resented her and blamed her for all of my life problems, which is not good. But I had no one else to look up to. You know, that's the person that's supposed to guide me and love me and support me. And I just got the bare minimum. You know, I got food and shelter. That was it. She was emotionally unavailable, and just not there. So I spent a lot of time alone, and I guess that's why I'm so independent now. So yeah, things ended up not working out. My boyfriend and his family at the time, like, obviously that was crazy. So I moved in with a friend, stayed there for a while, tried to go to college, didn't work out. I ended up moving into my grandma's and grandpa's house, and they wanted me to go to college and to study. And that was a plan. Like, they would allow me to move in with them as long as I went to college, like as long as I was going to school. But I wasn't able to do that, so they kicked me out. And at that time I was working at like a boba shop. This was like 2019. Yeah. That's the year I graduated. I ended up moving in with a friend from school. We got an apartment together, and then we ended up getting into a relationship with each other, and lived with him for like, I don't even know, 2 years or something. A year. I don't even think I ended up finishing the lease with him because I just left. That relationship was really, really, really toxic, and this was around 2020 now, which was the worst freaking year of my entire life. I spent the COVID lockdown with him. I didn't talk to my family, I didn't talk to my mom. That was the most hopeless, depressed, and alone I've ever felt in my life. I ended up moving in with another friend after that. She's like a childhood best friend. And I lived with her and her family for a bit until I was able to get a job, and then I got my own apartment. I lived by myself. This was in 2022. I had my own apartment, but I didn't even get to enjoy it because I was working full time to freaking pay for it. That's fucking stupid. Like, I didn't even get to fully furnish it or get a proper bed. Literally sleeping on a mattress with no frame or anything, just on the floor. And I worked every freaking day to pay for that fucking apartment. Managed to finish the lease barely. But at the very end of it, I was just fucking crashed. I fell into depression and reached out to my mom for help, and I moved in with her for a little bit. But then again, it's just a cycle of same shit. Fights, and I get kicked out, and end up living with another person, random person, or whoever I was friends with or in a relationship with at the time. end up moving in with my uncle. He takes me in, him and his fiance. And it was really kind of them to do that. I stayed at their house and I didn't have to pay rent. They just asked me to get my shit together. They allowed me to, do what I had to do. They allowed me to relax and have a safe place, and that was like the first time that I wasn't worried or stressed. I mean, I was worried and stressed because like I eventually knew that I was gonna have to move out and get a job, but I could actually, breathe. I wasn't drowning, my head was above the water, but what happened after that? Yeah. I end up having to leave because they wanted to start charging me rent and start paying bills in the house, and that's fair. But at that point I just wasn't able to, so I had to leave. And I think that I ended up moving in with my mom again. Where I was living in my car. I lived in my car a few times. And that made me want to live van life. Which I still want to do. Live nomadically. My car ended up breaking down though. And I ended up getting kicked out of my mom's house, apartment, because she ended up getting an apartment and leaving the hotel. But, yeah, so this was 2023 now, around like October. I met my friend Lacey, and she helped me a lot. And she hooked me up with a job, and I worked there, and it was really fun in the beginning. And I ended up finding a place to live, like renting a room, and living with roommates, complete strangers, but I needed somewhere to live, So now I quit my job, and the day after I quit my job, I spent the whole entire day building a website for myself. And the days after that, even though I had quit my job, I was still very much working all day, every day. Just not for someone else anymore. I was working for myself and building my brand, which is what you see now, 𝕠𝕚. The name 𝕠𝕚 is like my first name, middle name, and last name put together. So it's Dal for Dali, and then M for my middle name, and then Her for Hernandez, which is my last name. And yeah, I've been making YouTube videos. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos or start a YouTube channel and post stuff. So I finally started doing that like a month ago before I quit my job. And I've been building like my brand on Instagram for like 2 years now, crochet. So it's been in my mind, but I haven't really done it. Haven't really pursued it until now. And I have put all my trust in God's hands and allowing things to happen for me and trusting the universe right now. I've had to shed a lot and let go of a lot, lose a lot. And now I am like, the possibilities are endless. It's not a bad, this isn't a bad place to be. Like, don't get me wrong. It really isn't. I am, probably don't even really realize it, but I am very lucky to be a single person and to not have kids. I'll make sure it's still recording. Yeah. Like, I'm not tied down to anybody or anything in any way. So really, I could freaking live anywhere, go anywhere, do anything. I really could. So that's what I'm figuring out right now. I've let go of everything that I need to let go of. I've healed myself. I've done a lot of soul searching and healing over the past 2 or 3 years now. And yeah, I'm just open to the abundance and the blessings, and I know that as long as I follow my heart and my passions and am in alignment with myself and being kind and camera turned off for some reason. But anyway, yeah, I just needed to talk and let out my feelings. I don't have anybody anymore to like turn to. Like in the past, I was surrounded by a lot of people, but they weren't the right people. And I would tell them these things and I shouldn't have told them. And I would seek validation in different forms and places and people and things, and just all over it. I'm over it, and no longer allowing that to happen. And I want to protect my peace and protect my energy more than anything. So even though I am alone right now, it's better than bad company. But I shouldn't keep it all to myself and suppress it and not talk about it or let it out, because it'll just eat me the fuck up, and I'll just be stuck in a freaking mind loop and depressed and no motivation, and I can't allow myself to do that. I'm too fucking old for this shit. I just turned 24. I'm 24. What the hell? I'm almost 25. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm acting like it's so old, but it really isn't. I know I'm super young, but you have no idea everything that I've been through, and I had to mature really fast and grow up really fast, and I've always been, you know, seemed older than I am or look. Just had to have that mindset, I guess. I was forced to grow up. And I think that's why now I'm so adamant about maintaining a childlike spirit. Because I didn't have a good childhood. I didn't get to enjoy it. Ugh. Anyway, I can't believe I'm freaking doing this right now. This is such a weird place and an uncomfortable place to be. And I'm fucking scared. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm terrified. But I need to trust myself and believe in myself and believe that I am worthy of more. Believe that I have the power within me to create the life of my freaking dreams, and I do. I really genuinely believe that I do. But I'm just going through a really hard transition right now. If you've stayed this long and have watched it watched this video all the way up until now, I'm so gross, I'm so sorry. Leaking everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here and for liking and subscribing and for just spending your time to be with me. It means a lot. And yeah. I'm ready for this new version of myself, a new chapter of my life. Things are going to get better, and I will get past this, you know, just as the seasons come and go. This feeling too shall pass. Who knows, maybe in a month from now, I'll look back and be like, she had no idea what was coming for her. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep that mindset. Let go of a lack mindset and always assume the best from now on. Because I know that that is what I deserve. I know it in my heart and soul. And you do too. You just need to love yourself and trust yourself and choose yourself. It's really as simple as that. Anyway, I feel better after talking about that, and I don't know, I'm just doing things now, and I have this social presence, and I just want to be as clear and transparent and honest. Like, I'm always going to be honest. I'm really glad to be starting this journey in this healed version of myself. Because if I were to have started this new journey even 6 months ago, I would not have been ready for all the abundance and blessings and things coming my way, so opportunities. But I'm ready now. And yeah. Okay. Peace and love. Peace, love, and light. and blessings always. I love you so much. Goodbye.
So, we'll be putting this together very soon. We have made it to Barnes & Noble. Those are so cute. I have somebody really talented design those. Okay, so there's a ton of crochet and knitting things. I'm gonna learn how to knit. She's just hanging out with the kids while I did some work, which was really nice. I'm working on another project already, but I did a lot of editing this morning, a lot of working on that one campaign with the Tea Time Yarn from Hobie, so I was just working on that most of the morning and most of the day so far because it's almost 2 o'clock now. But I'm going to take a break. We're going to go to our apple orchard place to get some apples, also to get a stuffed animal for Caspian because he doesn't have one yet, so I want to get him one of his own special stuffed
Caspian
animals.
is such a beautiful name.
So yeah, we're going to go do that right now, and then I'm going to come back home, probably do some more editing because I need to post this vlog that we're currently filming. And so this is the finished cup. Let me know if you want the tutorial.
Oh
or not.
my gosh, it's
I am
beautiful.
kind of thinking, after just trying it on, and I really, really like it, so I'm thinking I'm going to be doing a tutorial for it. So,
Oh my gosh, that's
yeah, I think
beautiful.
I'm just going to try to make that quality videoing. If you're okay with that, let me know. I think that I might just end up posting it because the tutorial, the sweater turned out really pretty. So I might end up doing that. But anyway,